all the rivets along the cab. Now I got to go inside and either drill out the rivets holding the brackets to the roof or cut them with the die grinder. And then we want to lift the roof. Then we could come along and take 4 inches out of it. And when we take 4 inches out of it, we're going to have to widen our roof, or lengthen it, I should say. So this part of the roof, I want to take it off the back, and I'm going to take it out and get a new panel made, because there's a whole bunch of holes for the air horns and for the bullet lights, and I don't want to have any of those on there. We're going to put our lights, our clearance lights, in the sun visor, hide them in there, and we won't put any air horns, just to get that lower look, to lower everything down. Basically, Mike has completely gutted it. All the insulation's gone, all the upholstery, the closets, everything. There was a wooden piece that went across here. He took that out to get the carpet out. So basically it's ready to go for drilling rivets and cutting. We just have to make sure we pull the wires back while we're cutting it, of course.
So what are you doing here?
Oh, grinding off the rivets that are holding these brackets to the roof. I got all the roof pretty well all drilled out. It's just to get these last brackets off where we could lift the roof up. I think I'm just going to block it in place. That way it'll allow me to go around and cut the roof. So there's So this time we want to do an aluminum floor in it. So we're going to insulate it and probably put a 3/8 plywood and then get a piece of aluminum to go over top of it. So we should hopefully get all the holes that we're letting moisture in plugged. So I don't mind doing the grunt work like this. And then when it comes to, brackets like this, when you got a bunch of brackets lying around, at least you know where they came from. It's got about 3,000 pounds of force, and it's to basically grab the rivets, the collars on the rivets, and you just clamp them like that, and it breaks them. You can see how that's broke. It broke it. These ones, they're not coming off as easy because there's a lot of tar in there, so I'm using the cut-off wheel as well with it. But when they do break loose, they aren't flying everywhere. All right, we got the roof, all the rivets have been drilled out. This roof on a Freightliner is 2-piece. We got the front half, there's a row of rivets that go right over top. They've been all drilled out. Inside there's a lot of brackets that go to the upper cross members, or roof bows, whatever you want to call them. And the bows in the roof, I've got those rivets cut off. So basically when the roof comes off, it's going to have a bunch of the brackets on it. And that'll leave it open for the next thing is to be cutting it I drew a line all the way around 4 inches down. I'm going to move this door 4 inches down as well. Cut it here. So I guess the next thing to do is just pull the roof off.
You want to lift it up and across?
I'll lift it back up to
You got a ladder? Right here.
this one's a little heavier.
Okay, I gotta move my ladder first. Can you hang on to it now?
Yeah. Yeah, just grab that end for it doesn't damage. You all right?
Yep.
You're turning red.
I just caught up in that.
Now it's a convertible.
Like that guy on the show there.
Yeah. There we go. So here you can see that we've got the line. It's exactly 4 inches from here down. So basically once we cut this line, all these holes will have to be transferred down exactly 4 inches from where they were. So that's all there is to it. The next is going to be fun trying to cut that. It's not too sturdy, so we're going to have to put some strapping in it to firm it up before we could cut it. Now we're ready to trim the roof down. I drew a line down 4 inches down to here. The cab is very flimsy. I haven't braced anything, so I'm going to try to cut it. We'll see how far we can get. I've left some of the posts up just for strength, so I may have a bit of trouble cutting through them once I get up to them there. I'll deal with those once we get there. So. We hit a post. What I'll do is try to slowly go through it. It'll take a little longer than I would hope it. Well, we'll see. There goes a blade. That one didn't cooperate. We went through this one well. Maybe I'll try to stick the Sawzall in there and nip that one. The reason I don't use the Sawzall throughout the whole thing is I find that it's harder to get a straight line with it. It shakes things too much, but it's good for cutting the Z posts that are inside. That one's not going to work. Come in from this side, this way, then take the Sawzall through it. Okay, I'm going to have to drill a bigger hole. That's about as far in as I could get with this. Now this bracket here, we'll have to drop it down 4 inches. Same with the rest of the Z posts in here. Couple of rivets that aren't allowing it to come out here. Okay, and then just that last one that was saved. Some of these parts we're going to have to save because we'll probably have to cut this just to put a pie shape or a little piece back in the door frames once we lower the door frames, because the panel is going to be a little short. Probably glue those in and do our body work on it. And then the next step is to cut down our door 4 more inches. We're fortunate because the brackets inside that are reinforcements have the same radius as what we need to do for the door. The cut that we have to do. And then the next step is to pull this panel off, for we could send it out and get it made 4 inches longer and get rid of the hole That was here for the exhaust. So it'll be filled right in because our pipes are going to come up from the bottom between the fuel tank and the toolbox and battery box and come straight up.